Thank you, French Shalom, and greetings to you all. I'm sure you all had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope you got to spend it with family and friends, something so many of you have not done the same way for these last few years. The former pandemic altered people's behavior. I used to know the migration patterns of many, which family they'd be seeing, where they'd be gathering, who'd be joining them. But things have changed. Travel has gotten so much crazier, and people have been anxious to get back into the patterns of visiting. Because there's nothing quite the same as real contact with the ones you love and the freedom one feels from movement and the ability to go wherever you want to go. The crazy-making times cease when we reconnect to the things that truly matter. People are crazy, times are strange. I'm locked in tight, I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. Yes, they've changed a hell of a lot. We should all take the opportunity to give thanks for the lives we have, the loves we have, the people, the places, the things that bring joy. And speaking of joy, coming up on the season of joy kicked off with Noah's, Stevie's, and Minerva's birthdays, which will put a hop, skip, and jump from Hanukkah and Christmas coming together once again. We touched upon these twins last week, and this time is known more than anything as the time of the celebration of miracles. Yes, they are the festivals of light, but it seems Hanukkah and Christmas have almost put a stranglehold on being the season of miracles, as both the Old and New Testaments focus on them in their readings now. But remember, miracles occur in our lives all the time. We use the holiday of Hanukkah for acknowledging and honoring miracles. It was a true miracle in every way. Light over dark, the few over the many, freedom over subjugation. I said last time that if you start thinking of the miracles in your life, love, friendship, holidays, family, successes, you'd actually have quite a list by the time Hanukkah comes. So if you haven't, then please start now. Think of the miracles in your life. And having just finished Thanksgiving, did you know that there's a special Thanksgiving prayer recited at Hanukkah and Purim, the two holidays that are centered around miracles? And it's known as the Hal Al-Hanissim prayer, for the miracles. For the miracles, the redemption, the mighty deeds, the saving acts, the victorious wars, which thou didst for our fathers in former times of the season, as thou hast done for them, thus perform for us, Lord our God, miracles and wonders in our days. Now, can anybody ask for any more? Maybe we need another miracle now, or maybe we're in the midst of one. Did you know that Israel is the only country in the world that bears the same name, speaks the same language, upholds the same faith, and inhabits the same land as it did over 3,000 years ago? At that time, Jerusalem was built as its capital. And while it has been attacked, besieged, ransacked, destroyed, and rebuilt, it still remains the capital of Israel, and we must all stand together to defend it, to protect it. You know, since 629 of the Common Era, over 1,400 years after Israel's founding, the Jews of the region have been attacked, massacred, persecuted, exiled, and exterminated by the Muslims of the region, with the massacre of the Jews in Yemen in 1947 being the last until October 7th, 2023, which saw the rape, torture, kidnapping, and massacre of 1,500 Israelis, most Jews, as the world sat silently by. Shame on the world. And it is not isolated instances. There are over 99 recorded incidents, pogroms, massacres. It's about time world leader has demanded the hostage release. Where's everyone been for the past 14 months? How sad that one of the American Jewish hostages that all believed was alive was actually killed on the day of the attack, October 7th. The hope and dreams of his family that he be reunited with them at this time of love have been dashed. But they are reunited. Spirit never dies. It transcends space and time, my friends. Baruch Dayan Ha'emet, and may his memory be for a blessing. Now, I know some would object, What kind of animals keep bodies as prisoners, as tools for bait, as pawns in a sick game? In reality, there are incredible similarities between Islam and Judaism in so many things. The kosher and halal rules are basically the same. Foods allowed and forbidden, the same. The treatment of the dead is the same also in both Judaism and Islam. It is essential to bury the body as close to within 24 hours as possible. So knowing that, and purposely not, is how these creatures of terror think of us and how they hope to insult us even in death. So those of you who want to shout from the river to the sea or support BDS, boycott, divestment, sanctions, be careful what you wish for. Isn't it about time that instead of feeling anger, hatred, and resentment, people learn to be patient, kind, and forgiving? Isn't that the hopes, dreams, and promise of this time of year? When you light the menorah in a few weeks, you'll be gathering with others all over the world at the same time, on the same dates, lighting the same number of candles in the same order, not igniting the fire of destruction, but lighting the fire of love. As we all come together the world over, just as we come together and gather as a group to honor and pray, to observe as a community celebrating common belief and faith. Collective consciousness of seekers showing faith, any and all faith, love, any and all love. True Chavora. Fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all. This community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. Sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. And even though together, we are individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead. Invite everybody, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. Together. We support each other in this community. So let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. We care about the community we're a part of, about everyone. It's more prevalent now. We're but a few weeks from Hanukkah and Christmas. We're less than 30 days from the end of another year, from Circumcision Day into Bodhi Day, when the Buddha attained enlightenment. So much at once. All of these occur during the darkest time of the year, when the promise of renewed light calls us all, when darkness triggers our fear, which is at its height, when we see mortally different as the earth prepares for new birth. We examine the legacies we actually leave in life. We make changes to and for ourselves. We enhance the relationships of life because we need others. We need people to take this journey with in order for us to truly enjoy it. There is Christmas no more when there is Christmas without you. The Hanukkah light doesn't bring hope or renew. The world seems so dark, alone it's so stark. I drift along not knowing what to do. Call out your name and I wait for an answer. As butterflies float and appear just to dance there. From cocoon to freedom, I know that you've seen some amazing things that make you stop and stare. But the world's not there. with me. World's bare when I can't look and see. World's not there and I can't make it come alive. Put a little more love in the world, my friends. Then you'll be able to reap its rewards. It's a part of your Kavanah. Your intention that you put out to the universe, it's your goodwill. Goodwill intention are the roots of what you control, of what you correct. It's your intention. It sets in motion what occurs in your lives. So let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing to whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewals for everyone. Float through space, finding those in need, so send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everyone you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. It's the tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. And part of that healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. So let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers. Always for those in need of assistance. We pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. Let's continue to send healing energy for the hostages, those prisoners still languishing in the pit of despair, for those closer to us, for everybody around us, for the Calosaurus, for Miriam, Happy Bill, for Scotty who doesn't know, for Mean and AJ, for Gabby, Trevor, and Jess, for Terry and the Elf, for Snoopy, Carson, for Dave and Sabrina, for Chris, Dolores, Maria and Paul, for Pam, Richard, and Marlou, for Lucy and Gloria, for Inura, for Alana, who was so good to see the other day, and Johnny and Fern, for Kathleen, for Carla and Mina, for Charles, John and Maria, for Doria and Connie, for Ronnie and Tally and Maya, for Nina and Danny, for all those suffering and in need. Let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends everywhere, for everyone you know in need, for the whole world, for the bee. It is the kindness, my friends, the healing wishes and goodwill and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Shaberach, Avoteinu, Makor HaBracha, May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishmerach, let us all have our spirits renewed, because this is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He has healed before. Mishmerach, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. So let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy, and our efforts to share, to love, to care, to grow. And we ended last time with the great deception. Rebekah told Jacob to pretend to be Esau to deceive Isaac, his father, into giving him, Jacob, the blessing meant for the firstborn Esau. Jacob only hesitated out of fear of being caught and cursed, not because it was wrong. The use and level of manipulation is great. Rebekah dresses Jacob in Esau's clothes and covers his arms with fur so he would smell and feel like Esau to the blind Isaac. There is power and weight of words. The blessing had value, just as a curse had reality to it also. We then saw Esau devastated, finding he had no blessing from his father. When learning Jacob was leaving to find love with a cousin, he married one of his cousins in order to get the approval and love of his parents, only to be rebuffed again. And you think your family has issues. This week, my friends, we continue with Vayetzeh, and he left. Genesis 28:10. And Jacob left Beersheba, went to Haran. Now we're told he's leaving to find a wife, but he was sent away by his mother for fear that Esau would kill him for what he had done. the destructive power of anger, of hate. And Esau was going to kill him, but not until his father died. And he happened upon a place and stayed the night there because the sun was setting. He took from the stones of the place and set it as a headrest and lay down in that place. He dreamed. Here was a ladder set upon the earth, at its top reaching to the skies. And here were angels of God going up and down by it. We are about to read one of the most famous dreams in the Bible, that of Jacob's ladder, the stairway to heaven with angels ascending and descending. This might have given rise to the maxim, be nice to those you meet on the way up, because you will meet them on the way down, which is, of course, about karma. And karma is the underlying theme of Jacob. Jacob's ladder, more likely a Babylonian ziggurat, but the image of the ladder is the one indelibly etched in the collective consciousness of man. You can see it carved on the walls of Oxford University in England. It is the stairway to heaven, with angels going up and down. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with the word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. What a dream. You know what dreams were and are? Extremely powerful messages. We are consumed by them. We've studied them for as long as we've been here. Now, one of the earlier interpretations of this dream was by the Hellenistic Jewish philosopher Philo. And he wrote in the 1st century in his book about sleep and dreams, De Somnis, that he saw 4 possibilities. The angels representing souls, descending to and ascending from bodies. And some consider this to be a reference to the idea of reincarnation. The ladder's the human soul. The angels are God's words, pulling the soul up in distress, descending in compassion. The dream depicts the ups and downs of the life of the dreamer. And the angels represent the continually changing affairs of men. Now, those are all great suggestions, and I bet you all have wonderful ones too. There are so many interpretations about this most famous dream. I'd love to hear yours. This is your chance to write a midrash and interpret the Bible. There's no right, there's no wrong. But we're going to save our talk of dreams for the story of Joseph, the dream master. We're about to follow the journey of someone who was ruled by fear. He ran away out of fear. This is the legacy that he brought and instilled in his family, which imprisons so many of us still to this day. In fact, the most important holiday in the Bible was the holiday of freeing yourself from fear. We all face fear at some point in our lives, but you must realize fear's not real. Fear is perceived. It is our mind alerting us to what we think might happen. That is, we don't know whether the imagined danger is real or not. That's why fear's not real. It's what we make up, and often comes from other people telling us we should feel that way. And what you believe becomes your reality. We project something that might have occurred in the past or has not occurred and might never occur onto our present state, and we let that perception guide us, and in some cases petrify us. And God repeats the message he gave the 2 prior patriarchs, Genesis 28:14. Your seed will be like the dust of the earth, and you'll expand to the west and east and north and south. All the families on the earth will be blessed through you and through your seed. And here I'm with you. And I'll watch over you everywhere that you'll go. And I'll bring you back to this land, for I won't leave you until I've done what I've spoken to you. A promise from God. Now Jacob wakes up and he realizes this is a very special spiritual ground. It truly is a gateway to God. Genesis 28:20. Jacob made a vow. saying, if God will be with me and watch over me in this way that I'm going, and give me bread to eat, clothing to wear, and I come back in peace to my Father's house, then God will become my God. Having realized he was in God's house, he responds with a conditional promise of things God is to do in order to win support from Jacob. He's a bargainer. He always has been since the days with Esau and the birthright. He continues his journey. He arrives at his destination, sees a beautiful woman getting water for the sheep, and performs the betrothal ritual we saw Rebecca perform. Finds out it's his cousin Rachel and tells her uncle Laban, who he came to see, that he wants to marry her. And I'll work 7 years for the right. Genesis 29:15. And Laban said to Jacob, is it right because you're my brother that you should work for me for free? Tell me what your pay should be. Laban had 2 daughters. The older one's name was Leah. The younger one's name was Rachel. And Leah's eyes were tender. Rachel had an attractive figure and was beautiful. Jacob loved Rachel. And he said, I'll work for you for 7 years for Rachel, your younger daughter. And Laban said, better for me to give her to you than for me to give her to another man. Live with me. As they say in Fiddler, it's a match. And Laban gathered all the people of the place, made a feast. It was in the evening, and he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he came to her. And Laban gave her his maid Zilpah to Leah, his daughter, as a maid. Wait, I thought he was marrying Rachel. What's this Leah thing? Genesis 29:25. And it was in the morning, and here she was, Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this you've done to me? Didn't I work with you for Rachel? Why have you deceived me? Laban said, not done like that in our place, to give the younger one before the firstborn. Boom! Karma, the moment of truth. The deceiver repaid, the usurping younger facing the consequences of his actions. There's a brilliant midrash about a conversation between Leah and Jacob in the morning, which emphasizes the character, or lack thereof, of this great patriarch. There's no whitewashing of the choices we make and consequences we create. That is one of the great accomplishments of this organic book of lessons. I told you there's karmic recompense for everything. The one who usurped his older brother's rights faces the same. The whole story of the switched brides is a meting out of poetic justice to Jacob, the deceiver deceived, deprived by darkness of the sense of sight, just as his father was by blindness, relying like his father on the misleading sense of touch. One of the great midrashim stories surrounds this particular episode, and it's found in the Midrash Bereshit Rabbah. It portrays it so beautifully. And all that night he cried out to her, Rachel. And she answered him. In the morning he said to her, why did you deceive me, daughter of a deceiver? Didn't I call out Rachel in the night and you answered me? She said, isn't this how your father cried out Esau, and you answered him? If you were not predisposed to think of how wonderful Jacob, the patriarch, was, you'd be saying, that'll teach him. Genesis 29:30. And he also loved Rachel more than Leah, and he worked with him another 7 years. The Lord saw that Leah was hated. He opened her womb, and Rachel was infertile. See, he's married to both sisters now. He hates Leah, but he loves Rachel. So God makes Rachel infertile. Bitterness and competition develops between the sisters, a mirror of the relationship between the brothers. A baby factory ensues with Leah and the 2 maids who are actually also wives, Zilpah and Bilhah, producing 10 sons. And Leah also producing a daughter, Dinah, who we don't hear a lot about. And ultimately Rachel produces the last 2 sons, Joseph and then Benjamin, his brother. And the wonderful Rachel, the love of his life, dies in childbirth. But it is the hated Leah who's buried in the cave of the patriarchs. Now, in addition to his wealth of children, the 12 sons and the daughter, Jacob schemed against Laban to enrich himself instead of another. And he schemes to be able to leave with great wealth. And he accumulates actually quite a bit. After 20 years after he's arrived, he decides he's got to get out of that place with all that he has. In this dirty old part of the city where the sun refuses to shine, people tell me there ain't no use in trying. Now my girl, you're so young and pretty, and one thing I know is true, you'll be dead before your time is due. I know it. We gotta get out of this place if it's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. Now the deceptions within this family run deep. And you see it. Wife to husband, brother to brother, mother to son, son to father, son to father-in-law, sister to sister, daughter to father. There is no relationship untouched. And we've only just begun. Yes, my friends, the world's sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together. We celebrate with each other. We love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, healing to all who need it. Please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe. We set in motion all that happens in our lives. It's our intention, our Kevin, our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you wronged. But ask forgiveness, and do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you. You should learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, my friends. Follow love, because it's always in front of you. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness, your ability to be mindful, aware, present in all life circumstances. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. We're connected. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief. Never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together, and we help each other, because we are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives. Find them. Tell them what they mean. You're never alone on your journey. You've got to keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And listen to that voice of God as he, she, it, them, they talks to you. And remember your connection to God and all he has created in body and in soul. It's a part of me. It's a part of you. It's a part of everybody forever. So listen to his voice. He is always talking to you. Enjoy this reading, my friends. See the legacy this man is creating, and see the one you may be creating. It's never too late to change. Keep getting ready for the twin miracle festivals of light, Hanukkah and Christmas. They are coming soon. And have a holly, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly, jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to the friends you know and everyone you Somebody's waiting there. Kiss her once from me. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And in case you didn't hear, oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Now, thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a great week. Give thanks. Be the bigger one. I'll see you all real soon. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Thanks.